And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is July 14th, 2025. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for you today. Alrighty, a big old Monday here, folks. New start of the week, and once again, closer and closer to the start of the NFL season, so let's give it up. Let's give it up. We're all surviving here, folks, day by day, week by week. We're almost there. End of the month gives us our first NFL preseason game, the Hall of Fame game. And then as long as we get football once a week, we're good. Preseason, regular season, postseason, Super Bowl. We're here for all of it. So few more days, folks, and we're ready to rock. We got kind of training camps opening today for rookies, veterans a little bit later in the week. So, folks, we're truly getting in the thick of it. We're almost there. The light is almost shining at the end of the tunnel. Few more days. Alrighty, today on the show, breaking down the NFL, the NBA, like we do on the daily. We'll be looking at what they say. What does the media say? The professionals say. The top 10 players in each category, folks. Top 10 quarterbacks, top 10 receivers, running backs, offensive line, defensive line, all of that. We're going to dive into that a little bit today on the show, see what the experts think. And we already know who's going to be number one in that quarterback ranking. We all know, folks. I could spoil it. Shall I spoil it for everybody? Josh Allen, obviously. So we'll see what they say, but we know it's going to be Josh. Let's all gear up for it. Alrighty, but before we jump into any of that, we were not on yesterday. Apologize for that. But let's start here on the show and recapping and breaking down the UFC Fight Night from Saturday, because it was pretty damn good, and especially for free, we'll always take a free fight night. So it was Derek Lewis against Teixeira, and man, oh man, Derek Lewis, you know, we all know he is him, and I would like to apologize. We bet on Teixeira. I fell for the Teixeira hype. 6'7" big beefcake that's got these strong legs. But shame on me, it's always Derek Lewis, the 40-year-old heavyweight knockout king. And he got another one under his belt, so we'll get to that. But let's start here. And let's start with the prelims. I mean, this was a great card, folks. Top to bottom, prelims, main card, main events, all really lived up to it. So very good prelims here. Shout to Fatima Klein getting her dub against Melissa Martinez. We had Mitch Ramirez lose to Mike Davis. Loved this one. And they gave him performance of the night here. Heavyweight bout in the prelims. Walter Walker submitting Kenny Nchekwu. But this was a great fight. Real early on, minute submission. Walker ends up getting on top of Kennedy, and it's over from there. We had Lauren Murphy in her final fight, and unfortunately didn't go her way. But a nice fight. It went the distance in decision. Eduarda Mora ends up taking down Lauren Murphy, and like I said, her final fight. Solid fight. Nothing crazy. Jake Matthews ends up submitting Chidi Ngakouani. And this was another fight that, man, oh man, Chidi, not, and I wouldn't say dominating fight. I mean, this was early, over first round early. But it seems like Chidi just kind of got caught, ended up getting submitted. Unfortunate there. And then the final fight of the prelims, Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin. And Chris Curtis didn't really do anything round one, but round 2 and 3, I think he really dominated. Nice hits, nice strikes over Max Griffin. And Chris Curtis gets the split decision to take the win at the final prelim. And then that takes us into the main card. And ooh, baby, it was good. We start with Junior Tafa and Tuco Tokos. And man, oh man, Junior Tafa here. I'm a solid fan of Tafa, but I'm pretty sure he ended up losing to Teixeira in the heavyweight division, and then kind of just got caught here by Tuco Tokos getting submitted kind of late in the second round. And Junior Tafa was winning this fight first round, second round. I mean, he was kind of dominating in the strike game. Tukos was able to kind of get him down a few times and ended up submitting him. But I think Tafa just kind of got a little too cocky, really, at the end of the fight there, end of the second round. Tuco's able to take him down, and it was over from there. So, well done by Tokos, getting the dub on Junior Tafa. But I do want to bring up something here, and it has to stop, folks. This has to stop. The pre-round glove touch, it's just enough. It's enough here, folks. And it kind of got some people in trouble here on this card. It got Tokos potentially in a little trouble. They were going for a glove touch in the center of the ring at the start of the round, like most fighters do, and we'll get to that, why I don't like that in a second. But Junior Tafa, Tukos, they go in for the glove touch. Now, they do touch gloves, but then Junior Tafa came right real quick out of the glove touch into a nice little right-hand swing. It ended up landing on Tokos, solid shot, and you kind of see Tokos in the fight kind of shaking his head like, really, man? Like, come on. Like, you're really going to do that to me? You're kind of going to, kind of sucker punch me? Because when people go in for the glove touch, they touch gloves and then kind of, take a step back and get reset and then go from there. That's not what happened in this fight. Tafa touched gloves and then immediately with the same hand he touched gloves with, kind of came over the top with a hook, and catch Tokos. But let's just stop the glove touch. Then you don't have to worry about anything. And it just drives me crazy. I mean, I get it. You want to show respect. You're going to beat the shit out of each other. I get that. The showing of respect. But you touch gloves before the fight even starts. The ref's like, hey, touch gloves if y'all want. All right, get to your corners. We're about to begin. It's enough. Once that bell rings, I'm in the mode. I'm not going to be, I am in the mode up until the fight. Bell rings. Now I got to get out of the mode. Oh, hey, good training camp. Hey, I wish the best of luck to you. Hey, I respect you. Touch gloves. And then, all right, now let me get back in my stance and get back in my game mode, my killer mode. Absolutely hate the glove touch. I get it. Shows respect, but show respect after the fight. I mean, y'all were selling the fight, the face-offs mean stern. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Ooh, I'm gonna get him. Ooh, look at me. I'm looking fierce. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You get the face-off. You smack talk for 3 months, building up, selling the fight. And then, when you're in the ring, you want to touch gloves? No. Do it when the ref tells you to. Hey, touch gloves if you want. Okay, back to your corners. Let the dogs out. Let the dogs out. So all I'm saying is that the glove touch, not everybody's thinking about the glove touch in the same sense. All right, we touch gloves, we reset, we get into it. Take the guess out of it. No glove touch. Because we saw that at the Derek Lewis fight. Derek Lewis and Teixeira, when they were getting ready. You could see Teixeira. You could see he was looking over at Derek Lewis. The camera was right on Teixeira. You could see a mouth and kind of, throw his hands up and be like, hey, we touching gloves? We touching gloves? Kind of gives up the thumbs up. Hey, we touching gloves here? Now, they don't show Derek Lewis, but Teixeira's reaction was like, oh, okay, no. Oh, okay, all right, no. Kind of like, okay, all right, he doesn't want to. And they never touch gloves. And what did Derek Lewis do? He sprinted right out of the gate and tried to throw like a Superman punch at Teixeira. Because once again, the bell rings. The clock is started. I got 15 minutes, potentially 25 minutes to come kill you, to come kick your ass and go win. I'm not wasting 1, 2, 3 seconds every single round to touch gloves, to get you a little acclimated in the ring. No, bell rings. I'm coming to kill you. So we got to stop. We got to stop the glove touch, folks. I can't stand it. If you want to touch gloves when the refs say it, fine, sure, great. Touch gloves after the fight, but not in the start of the round. I'm in the ring. I'm in the octagon. I'm in the mode. I'm in killer mode. So that was that. Tokos ends up submitting Junior Tafa, even though Junior Tafa potentially went in for a little cheap shot. All right, let's keep moving on here in the main card. We had Victor Petrino versus Austin Lane, and, this was over first round, late in the first round. Petrino catches Austin Lane on the ground, ends up submitting him. Then we had Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Cherry, and this was actually the fight of the night. This one, fight of the night. Interesting. Okay, I didn't see that. That's the first time I'm seeing that. That ended up winning the fight of the night, which fighters get bonuses for that and all that. Love that by the UFC. Love that by Dana. Give us what we came to see. Give us what we paid to see. I want to see people getting absolutely punched in the face. Shout out to the ground game and shout out wrestling. That is half the UFC. But I want to see people bloody. I want to see people getting knocked out. I want to see big punches being thrown. And this fight did have it. Morgan Cherie ends up knocking out Nate real early, 27 seconds in the third round. Once again, Morgan came out real aggressive, didn't touch gloves. All right, let's wait. No. Came out firing, guns a-blazing, caught Nate, and then just had him against the cage and just started throwing haymakers all around. A few of them landed as he was kind of getting knocked out, and the ref calls the fight. So really good. It was a good bout. But, I mean, honestly, my fight of the night was the Stephen Thompson versus the Gabriel Bonfim. Bonfim. Love that fight. I would have given that fight of the night, but shout out to Nate and Morgan. So Morgan gets the dub. Then we go to Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. It goes to distance, and Steve Garcia really won this fight. Really non-competitive all throughout. Garcia wins by unanimous decision. And that brings us to kind of the two main events of the night. First one, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. And once again, I would say this is fight of the night in my opinion. It goes the distance. Gabriel Bonfim wins by split decision, and I think it is the right decision. I know some people were not stunned, but a little like, I would have given it to Stephen Thompson. And I'm not sure, okay, but I still think Gabriel won the fight. Now, I do just want to shout out Stephen Thompson because, god damn, this man is an absolute beast. An absolute beast. Gushed open his shin late second round and wasn't phased at all. Ended up throwing another head kick after he busts open his shin with the same shin that he busted open and almost kind of knocked him out with the head kick. I mean, just an absolute warrior. He wasn't like grimacing in pain when this happened. He wasn't like hobbling around the octagon. No, didn't even really care. Never looked down at it. Just always stayed focused. Finished the fight, looked good in round 3, was still kicking and flinging that leg around. So golly, I mean, we get the footage of it. I mean, this is disgusting right here. Goes to throw a kick, gets checked on kind of the knee shin of Gabriel, and just gashes open. I mean, you see it in real time. It's crazy. Man. And really, this entire kind of 30-second sequence, crazy at the end of round 2. And Thompson, we know he lost the fight, but there was an opportunity for him to win here after being hit, after being, gushed open in the shin, almost won. But Stephen Thompson, I was watching the fights with one of my buddies, and, we just kind of saw Stephen Thompson. He doesn't got that killer instinct. He had Gabriel on the ground where he could go earlier in the fight, where he could go and just throw some hammer punches on him, but didn't. And he could have ended him here, final 10 seconds of the round, but he didn't. So shout out to Stephen Thompson, but you got to have that killer instinct in the octagon. Got to have it here. And we didn't see that by Stephen. I was a little disappointed by it. But here we go. This is the entire 30-second sequence that, ooh, man, this was great. This 30 seconds alone should have won fight of the night here, folks. So he goes in, he throws his kick, gets kind of checked. That's when he gushes open his shin and blood's everywhere, starting to leak. At the same time, he gets popped right square in the jaw. He gets taken down. He gets up. All right. They get up. They reset here. 20 seconds remaining. Leg is busted open, bleeding, but he's still cool, confident. And this is where the kick comes in. 15 seconds left in the period, in the round. And he throws a brutal head kick, and it kind of catches Bonfim, folks. Listen to this leg kick. Here we go.
That big cash.
I mean, man, what a kick. And then once you look at Bonfim, and he's a little dazed after that kick. You see it. He doesn't want to be offensive. He's not throwing. He's just kind of looking to protect himself after that kick. And that's where we really needed Stephen Thompson to go all in. I mean, this kick is crazy. And live, I thought that This head kick gashed open his leg. I had to see the replay after the round to see it happen earlier in the fight. But I thought, oh my God, he kicked him so bad on the head. He gashed open his own leg. So we see him kind of woozy. We see him kind of leaning. He ducks a punch. Stephen Thompson throws another kick to the head with the same gashed up shin. Nice little defense there by Bone Fim. But then Steven goes in, throws some punches, gets him backed up against the cage. And we see it clear as day right here. Gabriel is not looking to be aggressive here. He's just trying to survive the 10 seconds because that leg kick, woo, got him good. So 6 seconds left. He ends up trying to take down Steven to survive the rest of the round. And that's it, man, oh man. So, great fight. I would have called this the fight of the night. Big time shout out to Stephen Thompson for the grit and the dog mentality. Loved it. And shout out to Gabriel for surviving those 15 seconds because it could have got ugly there. But great fight all around. It goes to split decision, and Gabriel ends up taking it down. All right, and that brings us to the main event of the night. Heavyweight bout, Derek Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira. And it ends quick, folks. Derek Lewis, bang, another knockout by the knockout king himself. Shout out to Teixeira. I mean, he's got the build, but just Derek Lewis, he's got power that maybe we've never really seen in the UFC before. Damn, 40 years old and beating the young buck. He's like 3 inches taller, and his last fight, Derek Lewis's last fight, facing who was it, Volkov, and Volkov's taller and has no problem knocking him out. So the giant killer Derek Lewis does it again. You could find the punch. Now, let's speak on it. People were saying that it was the fight was called too early. It was stopped too early. Even Dana White says it at his press conference, but I don't think so. I really think it was called fairly because we had Teixeira climbing the cage. We get Derek Lewis. Comes in, I think with a left, knocks him down. He's kind of scrambling on the ground. Derek Lewis goes and attacks and has him kind of face down. He's not even protecting his head. He's kind of scrawling. He's like sprawled out and he's starting to squirm on the ground, Teixeira. Derek Lewis comes over the head, throwing, side head haymakers on the ground. Teixeira's squirming around. He gets to the cage, and you literally see him pulling himself up by the cage, and that's when the ref comes in and stops it. And that's why I really think it was a good call to stop the fight. He was using the cage. They're kind of being lenient on the cage. I've been seeing it for the last few, fight night, fight cards, all that, official numbered cards. And people are getting away with a little bit of a cage grab now and then with the feet, with the hands. But this was no grab. This was, I'm pulling myself up by the cage. The cage wasn't there. He's not getting up. He's donezo. So, thought the fight was called clean. I thought it was called fair. The stoppage, I thought it was really on time. And honestly, maybe even gave him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it was stopped too fast. I think it was kind of stopped a little late, a tad late there. So Derek Lewis just went out and won this fight, hands down. Just really unfortunate. I think the UFC really wanted Teixeira to kind of be the next big thing. But Derek Lewis says, hey, I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So bink. Great fight. And then in classic Derek Lewis fashion, the celebrations, all of them. We had the first one, well, one of them. Derek Lewis goes over to Teixeira's corner, pretends to be a dog, marking his territory, kind of, lifts his leg to pee, does the kind of Barry leg scratch move. And he said he did it because, quote, I don't speak Portuguese, but I know they've been talking shit I know they've been talking shit all week. So that's great. Fantastic. And this is UFC, folks. I mean, you train to fight another human being. You knock them out. You got to celebrate. You got to emote. Once again, Derek Lewis don't do no glove touch. No glove tap. No. I'm here to kill you. Sorry. This is what we signed up for. This is what everybody wants to see. Me kill you. Or you kill me and I ain't getting killed. So somebody's got to get killed and it ain't me. So sorry, it's got to be you. This is what I love. You want to touch gloves? Touch gloves after. Call them after. No, not while you're doing it. Not while you're doing it. I'm coming at you. And then we get Derek Lewis. But, you know, he does this as well. He kind of... He plays possum, which is just so great to see, dude. I truly am a little ashamed of myself for betting against him. I mean, truly shame on me, and I apologize to y'all in the Discord for not cashing the bet because we bet against him. But Derek Lewis playing possum in the ring. Teixeira lands, a shot, and Derek Lewis was kind of, favoring his eye, kind of, keeping it closed and touching it like, oh my God, my eye, oh no. But he says, hey, it was all selling it. It says, quote, I was really trying to sell it, make it seem like he got me in the eye pretty good. So he was fine, ended up catching Teixeira, knocks him down and over from there. So great fight. If you saw it, absolutely fantastic. A great card, literally top to bottom. I don't think there was really any bad fights. Was there a bad fight? I don't really think so. So for a free UFC card, can't go wrong. If you could try and rewatch it back, if you missed it, I would definitely try to do so. It was well worth watching. And just another great UFC night. So can't wait till next weekend for the next one. And we'll be breaking it down, betting on it, and potentially watching it live on the night show. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so that was the UFC on Saturday, but now let's shift gears to the NBA and big time news here. The Mavericks are shutting down Cooper Flagg for the remainder of the Summer League. Now, we see this from time to time, but I don't love it. I'll say that. I get it. You want to preserve him, injury, blah, blah, blah. He's learning. You got a good taste. Okay, now let's bring blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. But the fact that, we saw Cooper Flagg getting kind of, locked up by Bronny James during their kind of matchup. And we know Bronny James isn't anything crazy. He's not big beefed out, solid, but, he ain't nothing crazy. And he was getting locked up by him. The fact that Cooper Flagg only played 1 year in college and, kind of underperformed in March Madness. I'm not going to fake. I mean, wasn't anything crazy. And now, kind of short-lived Summer League. It's like, how much are we babying Cooper Flagg out here? And obviously, I mean, he's got the talent. I mean, it jumps off. I mean, he can literally do it all. Like, his game is like LeBron James-esque. He does it all. He can score. He can pass. He can rebound. He's got great vision. He's a great player. But I don't understand why, we're really kind of, we're kind of babying him out here, If you want to save him from injury, schminjury, I'm not going to dance around it. You got to get better. We're not going to tiptoe around an injury can happen at any moment. And really, injuries happen because you're not prepared. Are you conditioning enough? Can you go the distance? Are you doing endurance training? Can you survive an entire season? So, all right, Dallas, Dallas knows what they're doing over there. Fortune favors the bold. We keep hearing it, the master plan that is worked out to a T. We hear it all the time. So, all right, they know what they're doing. We can't question the big brains over there in Dallas. All right. So, no more Cooper Flagg for the rest of the Summer League. But another thing we like here, team chemistry. Team chemistry, folks. The San Antonio Spurs, watch out for them because they're all deciding to do synchronized swimming. Yeah, the whole crew of the Spurs, even Wemby. Wemby's tall ass. Doing synchronized swimming, and this is great. Hanging out, building that chemistry, that relationship, because we got to be like the Thunder now. We all got to buy in. We all got to kind of feel comfortable around each other. It's all about us. Fuck the ego. Fuck you. It's not you. It's not even me. It's us. So love this. Synchronized swimming. I mean, this is difficult, folks. This ain't easy. Synchronized swimming. Let's get synchronized in the water so we're synchronized on the court. I kind of love this. I think if I was an owner of a team or a coach, I would do this mandatory. Hey, we're all getting synchronized. Synchronized swimming. We're signing everybody up. We're going to have a great performance in the water, and then we're all going to be synchronized on the floor together. Yep. Everybody, this is mandatory. I love this. So whoever came up with it, shout out. This is a great idea. Let's all get synced, baby. Sync us up. All right, and I don't want to call out anybody, but we're going to call out somebody here. Ja Morant. Ja Morant, everybody threw him in the trash. You know, he's a gangster. He's shooting guns. Folks. Ah! He's fine. Settle down, everybody. But Ja Morant says, quote, I'm already in the lab, baby. I'm already ready to go. I'm already feeling good. I'm ready to go next season. You ain't got to worry about me. Out of all these injuries, all these people being injured, you ain't got to worry about me, baby. I'm ready to go. I'm already in the lab. So love hearing this. Grizzlies, Ja Morant, on feeling healthy and ready for next season because, he could be streaming right now. Could be a streamer doing 24-hour streams, going to the casino, streaming. And that's all what streaming is. And I love that. I'm not complaining about it. But all streaming is going to a casino or gambling online with cryptocurrency. And I don't mind that. I'm not knocking streaming because I'm all about that, baby. All right? I'm all cool. I'm cool with the gambling. I love gambling. Gamble, baby. But that's what streaming is, all right? You talk, you gamble. I mean, you talk and you gamble and you talk. Oh, look who I ran into gambling that night. Oh, it's Dana White. It's the Nelk Boys. It's everybody. We're all gambling together. It's stake.com. It's stake. It's all stake. We're all gambling. So that's what it is, and shout out. But Ja Morant not doing that. He ain't doing the Kyrie Irving like, hey, I'm a streamer now. Hella, streamer. Shout out Kyrie, folks. Settle down. So watch out for Ja Morant and the Grizzlies coming up this season, folks. Ja Morant is good. Let's all remember. All right, and then let's get into this debacle, this mess. We try to stay up on top of it, and it was still maybe even a little too much for us, folks. Like, what the hell is going on here? So once again, well, let's start here that this whole LeBron James thing, I believe we were right about. It's blown out of proportion. People are just saying things to say things. Brian Windhorst, LeBron James called him out. He was like, I don't even know really who this dude is, but he's followed me around. Really kind of did him dirty on the Pat McAfee show a few months ago. But rightfully so, like, who is this guy, Brian Windhorst? Said he was my friend and got a job at ESPN because of it? And made a career out of it? Okay, shout out. But I don't know this dude, bruv. So let's start here is the report has been changed. An ESPN article has been officially changed because we knew this was like, what? What are y'all talking about? So this was the official article, the official kind of talking point. When the Buss family agreed, and this is all in the article, and this was the original article, and we're about to show you what changed. So here we go. The original article that was written, and we even were like, doesn't seem right. So, in the article, originally, when the Buss family agreed to sell a majority of stake in the franchise to Mark Walter on June 18th, Doncic was given a heads up and notably posted a congratulations on social media afterward. James was not given the same notice and did not post any public acknowledgement afterward. So that drum up the entire, oh my God, he's leaving, he's traded, he's not a part of the plan. Oh my God, LeBron, 40 years old, is not a part of the plan of the Lakers moving forward. The sky is falling. Ah! That was the news that day. But then it got changed to this here, folks. This is what it is now. When the Buss family agreed to sell a majority of stake in the franchise to Mark Walter on June 18th, Doncic was given a heads up and notably posted a congratulations on social media afterward. After the publication of this article, sources said James was notified of the sale via his representation, but he did not post any public acknowledgement. So after that article released, then they hear from sources after it's leaked. So it's either they're not doing their job and getting all the information first and just ran with something, or LeBron James, after this article was written, didn't want to be looked at like that and then made up a source and then got this into the article. So it's one of the two, and I'm going to say it was the first option, that they just wanted a story and ran with it because, you know, the NBA and ESPN, they have absolutely no idea. The mainstream media has absolutely zero clue, zero idea on how to talk about basketball, how to talk about the NBA, and how to market it. How to market their own product. They don't know how to market it, and they don't know how to be successful without just bashing their players and talking LeBron talk. LeBron. Because once again, LeBron James is the face of the league still. Nobody wants to admit it and nobody wants to say it because it ruins Michael Jordan's legacy and all that. I don't know why, folks. It's ridiculous because nobody wants to admit he's great or anything like that. It's crazy. But LeBron James is the face of the league, and that's why the league has to still talk about him. Still, because he's the face. So they come out with this quick article to do the narrative that this is Luka's team now and they're moving off LeBron. And I didn't think this was like that big of a story or that big of a deal or something that caught LeBron James so off guard. And then we get this developing from at Dave McMenamin, an NBA reporter. Larry David gets me. Treat the game well, and it will treat you well. That's his bio. So that's him. He says that 4 teams have contacted Rich Paul in an attempt to trade for LeBron James. And this is coming after, once again, ESPN saying that there's no market for LeBron James. And how much of a foolish, clownish thing could you ever say in your life? Yeah, there's no market for the greatest basketball player of all time. Or in worst case scenario, the second greatest basketball of all time. Folks, settle down. Get out of here. Settle down. Get off me, okay? Either way, however you want to slice it, one or two. So please spare me, and we called that for bunk. Like, what are we talking about here? People are interested in Bradley Beal and not LeBron James. Like, get over it. Like, what the? Like, seriously. Like, oh, y'all are gonna make me choke y'all. Y'all make me want to choke y'all sometimes because y'all get to me. It makes no sense sometimes with y'all. So potentially teams are interested in LeBron James, and I heard a little report. I don't think it's true, but if it is, I'm gushing over it. That the Warriors were one of the teams interested in LeBron James, and please, gosh, yes, do it. If it's true, oh my gosh, I'd gush over it, folks. I would truly gush. I would start gushing everywhere. LeBron James with Steph Curry, 7 years straight of them competing against each other in the finals, they team up for a run or two. Ooh, goosebumps, check. I've got goosebumps already just thinking about it. So please, I need to see it. I want to see it. And I don't want to just see it in AI or some technology 20 years down the line where we can do that. And we put it on our AI headsets and I say, hey, AI, show me LeBron James and Steph Curry on the same team. Show it to me. And it's fake, but it's still looking good, and I still love it, and I gush over it in my AI world, but I want to see it in real life. Real life here, folks. So, LeBron James, teams are interested. Teams are potentially reportedly interested. We get this here, another cryptic crumb. Mind the Game Pod, LeBron James podcast. Their Instagram post a photo of Bam Adebayo kind of just being great. Bam at the top of a 1-2-2 press is scary. Ooh. A 3-quarter defense where defenders position themselves in a 1-2-2 alignment, aiming to disrupt the offense's rhythm and force turnovers. Bam Adebayo is one of the best in that scheme. LeBron did the Heat. LeBron back to Miami. Ooh, wouldn't mind that. And then we get this. We get another cryptic crumb. Not too cryptic. But LeBron James sitting kind of courtside at the Lakers Summer League game. And LeBron James not going on. I'm not giving y'all a quote. I'm not talking to ESPN. Quote by LeBron. I ain't got nothing to talk about. That was it. So LeBron James doesn't want to talk to ESPN. ESPN potentially coming up with all these rumors. Teams are interested, but LeBron James is not interested in getting traded. We get this. We all have to keep this in mind as well. Rich Paul also made it clear to me that LeBron has not asked for a trade and hasn't even discussed the possibility of wanting a trade in the future with the Lakers. So once again, this entire Laker trade talk, kind of bunk. It's not coming from LeBron. We think everyone is just out of their mind because LeBron James, he opted into his contract and didn't get another deal with the Lakers even though he's 41 and he doesn't even know how much longer he wants to play. So I doubt he wants to be tied to a contract. I'm sure he wants to have all the power going into next year. I can go wherever I want. I can kind of do whatever deal I want. So once again, I think this is all blown out of proportion. I think this gives, once again, the Lakers, they've got their center. They've got Luka. They were a center away from being competitors in the finals. I mean, what are we talking about here? LeBron James is still good, folks. Still face of the league. Still top 10 player in the league. The Lakers are a championship team right now. LeBron, Luka, and Ayton. I mean, have we not been saying this? So I don't think he's going to leave. And then we get this real quick to finish up our basketball talk and the Lakers talk. The Lakers have confirmed interest in Bradley Beal if he is bought out in. Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't like Bradley Beal in like the big three like he was with the Suns that we all knew was bunk, like crazy. The fact that you come to me like, hey, the new big three, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, I laughed in everybody's face when they said that. But, yeah, Bradley Beal wants to come and be the 5th, 6th, 7th option for the Lakers. Sure, come off the bench. We'd probably want you off the bench here, Brad. Hey, Bradley, think you can come off the bench? Cool with that? Because that would be great. Bradley Beal off the bench would be fantastic. So, we'll keep an eye on the Lakers. We'll keep an eye on all this drama of the Lakers and LeBron, folks. All right, let's shift gears here to the NFL, where I love this, folks. Ooh, players are starting to smarten up. Give it up for them, folks. The players are starting to smarten up in the league. We love it because we get Chargers rookie wide receiver Trey Harris is holding out, and there's multiple, folks. He's only one of 30 unsigned second-round picks. 30 unsigned second-round picks as we're all heading into training camp kind of this week, late next week, or early next week. Oh, I love it. Hey, pay me. I want guarantees. Yes. Sorry, but we've got some leverage, and we got business to do. Oh, the teams don't like when the players start doing the business, huh? So absolutely love this. So let's read this article. Because players are starting to wake up and know their worth. Know your worth, folks. Here we go. The Los Angeles Chargers second-round rookie receiver Trey Harris is a training camp holdout and could well be the first in an unprecedented number. Harris did not report on Saturday, the deadline for the Bolts rookie, so that just passed, folks. This last Saturday, that passed. The Chargers are the first team to open training camp, with veterans set for a Wednesday reporting date. However, LA is hardly the only team dealing with second-round conundrum. 30 of the 32 second-round picks have yet to sign their rookie contracts because of a disagreement over guaranteed money. Yes! Hey, just because we're second round, don't try to give us some chump change. No. This is not basketball. Second round still means something here, okay? All right. And we just came from the NIL, so we got accustomed to a bag. We got accustomed to having a bag, so we're not going back to no bag. We're not going to get a bag just to go back to no bag having. I will not be no bag having, I'll tell you that. If everybody's having a bag, I'll take one. I'm not going to be the only one holding no bag, looking dumb. Hey, look at the dummy holding no bag. So love this, folks. Once again, I love this, and you can spare me the money talk and blah, 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 blah. These are billion-dollar leagues. I don't care. I don't care. They've got money. They can fork it over. They don't even pay for their own stadiums. They can fork over some money to the second rounders, folks. So absolutely love this. Get your bag and get it while you can. And if you've got leverage and we're in a negotiation and this is a contract and this is business, why are you getting mad at me? This is business. It's contract negotiation. No. Your representatives, my representatives. Let's get to talking cash. Yeah. So I will always side with the players here. Shout out. I stand behind every single second round pick that is holding out for more money. I am behind you. St. Nick is behind you. Takes by Fans is behind you. St. Nick Sports Management LLC is standing firm behind you, even though you didn't choose us as a client. We still stand by you. I could join the other team. I could join the other side and start going against y'all. But I'm not going to play it like that. You didn't want to sign with me? That's fine. That's fine. I still have your best interest at heart over here, though. Just know that. So here we go. Number 33 overall pick, Carson Schwissinger of the Cleveland Browns, the top pick of the second round, has signed. And so too has number 34 pick, Jaden Higgins of the Houston Texans. Boo. Boo those two players for selling out. Both Schwissinger and Higgins signed fully guaranteed deals, shout out, which NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero noted on May 2nd. When Schwissinger's contract was announced by Cleveland, could have a ripple effect. More than 2 months later, no other second round selection has agreed to terms, so it's had a massive effect. And then the final paragraph here, Bengals first round pick, Shamar Stewart, and Denver Broncos first round pick, Jahdae Barron, are the only opening round selections unsigned. Stewart and the Bengals contract impasse has also been related to contract guarantees. So players, they've been getting paid in college, and they don't want that money to dry up in the NFL, and rightfully so. You go to a bigger league, and they're trying to lowball you. Not so fast in my book. Not so fast. You drafted me. You needed me. According to y'all, y'all needed me. That's why you drafted me. Putting the screws to him. Hey, season's starting to start, yeah? Huh? You need me. The Chargers definitely need another receiver. I mean, shout out to Ladd McConkey. Very, very good. But you need at least two receivers here. And we know who they got. Quentin Johnston. Number 2, come on. Josh Palmer, come on there, folks. So they need rookie receiver Trey Harris. They need him pretty bad. Fork up the cash and I'll play. Shout out. So we'll see. And once again, it's just so interesting. Like, these teams don't see exactly what happened to the Bengals last season. Not paying Trey Hendrickson. Or not paying their whole entire offense. And the offense gets out to a slow start. They lose their first 4 games. They don't make the playoffs because of it. You got to get these players signed. I know you don't want to fork over the money or anything like that, but if you want to be competitive, if you think you have a win-now team, you got to sign the papers and shut up. Because now everyone's disgruntled. Everyone's not on the same page. Everyone's holding out. We're not practicing with our starters because people are holding out because you don't want to pay them. So now we're getting out to slow starts. We're losing games that we probably should have won. And that's going to bite us down the stretch of the season when we're looking to make the playoffs. Nobody heeded the Bengals' tail last year. I mean, that was the clearest sign. The Bengals should be turned into a fairy tale, a stories book, a children's movie. Hey, this is what not to do. Hey, there's a lesson to be learned here, kids. Let's listen up. If you don't pay respectable money to your players that provide and do the work for you on the field, you're not going to be competitive. You won't be competitive. That whole year will be for waste, for naught. Turn it into a Disney movie. People need to learn this lesson because nobody's learning it. It's not clicking. Is it not clocking to you that I'm still standing on business?
It's not clocking to you.
It's not clocking to you.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? Trey Hendrick is saying. Is it not clocking to you that I'm not coming if you're not paying me? Trey Harris, the receiver. Hey, it's not clocking to y'all. Is it clocking to y'all? Y'all need me. Pay me then. Sorry, is it not clocking to y'all that I want more money?
It's not clocking to you.
What's not clocking to
It's not
you?
clocking to you that
I'm standing on business here. Here I am, standing on business, holding out. And it's still not clocking to y'all? Are y'all crazy? So, Chargers, probably not going to be good this year. Trey Hendricks is still at a standstill, even though they paid all their offense. They smartened up there. But Trey Hendricks was the only good thing of your defense last year, and you're not even paying him. Crazy. They're insane, folks. Insanity. Doing the same thing. Expecting different results. The Bengals are insane. Pay them. Pay them so we can bet Joe Burrow to win the MVP and y'all to win the Super Bowl. Because we can't bet it right now currently if you're not paying all these people and people are holding out. Can't have any holdouts. I will not bet on anybody holding out. Can't bet on a team that's holding out. So, we'll see how long they drag their feet. We'll see if they get paid, and we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works, folks. All right. We get this rumor, and it's been kind of substantiated when we go to Polymarket, folks. The rumor is that Shedeur Sanders is reportedly 4th on the quarterback depth chart behind Dillon Gabriel. I mean, we'll update it right now, the current odds, but that's what we've seen on Polymarket. He's got the lowest odds, and that kind of doesn't make any sense to us, but these things are lining up, so we have to kind of assume they are more on the side of true than not. Here we go. Update the odds. Who's going to be the week 1 starter for the Browns? Joe Flacco currently the favorite, like he has been. Kenny Pickett, the last time he was at like 30%. The last time we checked it, he's down to 24. Dillon Gabriel's 3rd at 12%. And Shedeur is 4th at 10%. So, the rumors, the market, yeah, I know. We want to see Shedeur, but he's not him, according to the market. So once again, I mean, this could change. We're getting into training camp kind of this week, late this week. So we'll know a lot more from here on out. But as of right now, Shedeur Sanders, not a lot of praise going on. Not great. Not what we want to see. All right. Well, let's kind of take a step back here, folks. Another team that, we want to believe in, and we do like their offense, and we think they are going to be competitive because we like Aaron Rodgers, but we still need the Steelers defense to be that same old Steelers defense we all know and love, and them not paying TJ Watt is not what we're looking for. So we may have to pull off betting the Steelers and getting hyped about the Steelers. Even though their offense, man, oh man, I'm kind of gushing. I'm gushing. Not Arthur Smith, though. But rumors, the Steelers have inquired around the NFL to see what the trade value of TJ Watt would be. I'm sure his trade value is through the roof. But we're in a win-now mode. Steelers are in a win-now mode. Their offense proves it. Pay them, shut up, and see if you can win this year. You got the offense. The defense has always been great, and it's because of him. Pay them, and let's run it back. Come on, Pittsburgh. Damn, these teams are knocking on the door of being a Super Bowl champion. They're contenders right now. And when they're knocking on the door of contendership, they say, maybe not. These teams don't know what they got, folks. You got to fork over some more money. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, newsflash, you're going to be paying money anyway? It's just, how much are you? Crazy. I don't know, folks. I don't know. People are so stingy with their money. It's crazy. All right, let's keep moving on here. Let's stick to the Steelers talk, and let me defend Aaron Rodgers here quickly. I defended Aaron Rodgers on the whole. Once again, there's this golfing tournament, golfing event Aaron Rodgers has been in, and there's some clips being passed around social media the last few days, and everyone's just bashing Aaron Rodgers. And look, I don't care, bash him. I don't care, but I think we're bashing him for the wrong reasons, out there. So defended him on the autographs. Enough with the autographs, folks, truly. Everyone feels entitled to an autograph because you see the guy. Oh my God, I deserve his autograph. I'm entitled to the autograph. Let me get the autograph. Let me get that signature. Sign this. Even if you're a kid, like, all right. Not guarantee that autograph. And don't make a big stink if you don't get it. It's not the end of the world. So stop it with the autographs. And then this one, I kind of agree here. So Aaron Rodgers almost hit a kid with a golf club and then roast him instead of apologizing. The kid said, "Hey, you almost hit me, Aaron Rodgers." And Rodgers says, "Almost doesn't count." And that I do agree with. Almost doesn't count. I almost hit you, but I didn't. So don't act like I did, because I didn't. Now, almost should be like a warning to both sides. Like, hey, you almost hit me, so let's both reflect. Oh, maybe I was too close. I mean, they got there's ropes. Things are roped off. Maybe I was too close, So let me reflect. Maybe I was too close. I got too close. Maybe it's my fault. I was too close. And then Aaron Rodgers should also reflect, be like, yeah, maybe I got a little close to that kid when I was swinging the club. Let me reflect internally, be like, yeah, let me rein in the club a little bit. Not get too close to the ropes, right? So in an almost situation, both sides should be reflecting. All right, why was it close? Okay, what did I do that was close? Okay. But don't act like the almost is an actual, right? Oh my God, you almost hit me, which is almost actually, so I can behave like you actually hit me. No, can't do that. No. It's an almost. Didn't get hit. Life not ruined. Not dead. All right? So let's settle down. Let's all take a deep breath, because a lot of people get worked up on an almost. Oh my God, you almost crashed into me. And then you see them, they're heavy breathing. Oh my God, I'll never recover the emotion. Okay, well, let's settle down. It's an almost, okay? It's an almost, so let's settle down. All right, let's reflect. You also weren't truly paying attention out there. You were flying down the street 30 miles an hour. All right, you should have been pumping on those brakes a little earlier. And maybe, yes, I should have looked both ways. But it's an almost, folks. It's an almost, okay? It's not an actual. It's an almost. We reflect. So, Aaron Rodgers almost hit the kid with his golf club, but didn't. We reflect. All right. And let's talk Cowboys talk here quickly. A rumor that the Cowboys looked into adding Amari Cooper before adding George Pickens. Now, this is interesting. This is pretty interesting, and I think they should have done that instead. Amari Cooper, obviously, he's been with the Cowboys before. He knows that. But the other thing with this is, what have we been seeing around the league recently? And what the Eagles just did last season is going to blow it out of the water. But we've seen teams with kind of not A1 tier 1 receivers everywhere perform a little better. We've seen the Chiefs win the Super Bowl when they were kind of depleted from their wide receivers. We've seen Josh Allen and the Bills, still play at their top level without having, Stephon Diggs or a true A1 tier 1. Shout out Khalil Shakir. Shout out Keon Coleman. I don't think Keon Coleman's getting any better, but shout out Khalil Shakir. But, you don't need, they've kind of proven that you don't need two A1 tier 1 receivers. And maybe that's even a bad thing for your team. Maybe it even holds you back a little bit. And that definitely could be the case here with the Cowboys here, folks, with having CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Those are two A1 tier 1s. I don't agree with George Pickens, but I know in his mind, in the media's mind, the league's mind, they love George Pickens. Y'all love George Pickens. I'm not the biggest fan. So this Cowboys team that has no real leadership because, once again, everybody's spineless from the coaching position up because of Jerry Jones. Dak Prescott is a leader, but there's only, it's really got to be echoed in every single step, top down. Everyone's got to buy in. So no real leadership in the coaches, no real backbone over there. You got two A1 tier 1 receivers that could potentially be a little diva-ish. Shout out. You got Dak Prescott, who, shout out, but everyone tries to keep him in like top 10. I don't see it ever. Everyone keeps putting Dak over Tua, and I don't even see that. So I think that was a misfire by the Cowboys. Once again, I never liked them adding George Pickens. And if you're really choosing Amari Cooper, George Pickens, I think that's a beef. So we'll see how George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb perform together. Vegas isn't too interested in it. I'm not too interested in it. So that tells you everything you need to know right there, folks. So we'll see. We'll see if they made the wrong decision. All right, let's end on this. We're gonna save this for tomorrow. We got 5 minutes left here, 4 minutes left here, and I kind of want to get into this ESPN article that ranked the top 10 in every position: quarterback, receiver, lineman, corner, safety, running back, all that. So I want to get into that, but we only have 5 minutes left here. So let's end on this article. 5 coordinators who can make waves during the 2025 season. Yeah. Let's see these new up-and-coming smart offensive, defensive coordinators that are trying to make a name for themselves in the league, because we do have to remember we are kind of changing eras. We are kind of in a little bit of the passing of the torch, the new generation becoming I don't want to say the mainstream, but they're becoming the new sheesh, I'm trying to get it. This generation is becoming kind of the center generation. Like they're 30 to kind of 45-ish. They're kind of in the prime of their lives overall. They're smack dab right in the middle of kind of generations on both sides of them. So this is kind of like next man up. We're seeing it in the NBA. Everyone's retiring. The new breed, SGA, Ant-Man. This is the new generation of the NBA. It's no longer LeBron James and D. Wade and Kobe Bryant, RIP to the man, and all those. It's Giannis, is Jokic. It's that new wave, and they're now center focused. They're in year 7, 8, 9. Same thing with the NFL. All those quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, not yet, but Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Big Ben, Phillip Rivers. That was kind of the main generation from about 2004 to about 2016. Now this new generation is coming in, and the same thing with coaches. Got to learn to let go of coaches. Potentially Mike Tomlin, potentially Harbaugh with the Ravens. Yes, they're always good, and you're going to have a winning season and probably be right on the cusp for the playoffs every year. But they're not winning it all. They're not getting to the Super Bowl every year. Great names, good names, but getting kind of outperformed by these younger guns, these younger coaches, the up-and-comings. So let's see what these new coordinators are, who they are, if they will, and let's see what they got. So the first one, Joe Brady, offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. And yeah, golly, shout out to Josh Allen, but we just praised him. No kind of A1 tier 1 receiver, and they were still having, good games, good offense, moving the ball, getting to the playoffs, winning the division. So shout out to Joe Brady. Handling Josh Allen well, handling this offense well. We like to see that. Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings. And yeah, once again, not everybody's cut out to be a head coach, and we saw that a little bit with Brian Flores when he was with Miami. But yeah, and it's just, once again, just something nobody's really talking about here for the Vikings and kind of that division in general. Everyone's focused on J.J. McCarthy, and I get it, rightfully so a little bit. But this Vikings defense, I mean, folks, this is top tier, top 5 defense in the league, and it's because of Brian Flores. I mean, he's a great defensive mind, so watch out for the Vikings. Once again, why we like them to kind of win the division. J.J. McCarthy, game manager, Lions take a step back, and this Vikings defense is still the same it was. Not missed a beat. You know, out of everything that's, you know, changed in that division, the Vikings defense has kind of stayed the same, so... All right, and now this one's interesting. Cliff Kingsbury, Washington Commanders offensive coordinator. And honestly, this is one of my biggest hangups for betting on and truly believing in Washington this year. Number one is them not paying Scary Terry. And number two is Cliff Kingsbury. Is he a good offensive coordinator? It was kind of up in the air when he was with Arizona. Do we blame it on Kyler Murray and just the team overall? Do we blame it on, you know, the head coach, the offensive mind? Now, obviously, Washington, I mean, they the NFC Championship game last year outperformed, I would think, everybody's expectations. So we'll see if it was kind of a one-hit wonder. Is Jaden Daniels just so great? It doesn't matter what Cliff Kingsbury does. But I got a big question mark on Cliff Kingsbury heading into the season, so we'll see if he's a breakout, if he's making headlines this year. All right, we get one more. 2 more. Here we go. The final 2 is Chip Kelly, the Raiders offensive coordinator. And honestly, this is a huge reason why I don't like the Raiders. I like Tom Brady in the front office. I like Geno Smith on the field. And I like Pete Carroll as a head coach. But we've heard a lot of Chip Kelly. Not a great locker room guy. And I don't know if he's that great of an offensive mind that, you know, you can kind of, you know, put all that in the back shelf. So I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to Chip Kelly in the Raiders offense. I'll tell you that. And then the final one here is Jesse Minter of the Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator. Don't love the Chargers offensive coordinator. I think they still got Greg Roman over there. Real blah. And Jesse Minter, I mean, the Chargers defense, okay. I mean, where'd they rank last year, Chargers defense? I was just so focused on the Chargers offense, you know, them throwing 4 interceptions in the playoff games. That's really my focal point of that team. But let's see this Chargers defense. Where they kind of rank last year? Quickly. Alrighty. So he was still the defensive coordinator last year, so he's still coming over. All right. What they do last year in defense. We get that quick. League defensive ranking. Here we go. Points scored by team. They were first. Points scored by team. I mean, it was worst. Hang on here. Okay. They give up the most points? Or the least points? Pardon me here, folks. Let me get back to this article. When they say they're first in points scored by the team, let's see what they say here. Hang on. I guess we should just read the article here and see what they say about him. Here we go. This is what they say about Jesse Minter. Here we go. Minter has been part of Jim Harbaugh's coaching tree for 4 years now. He served as Harbaugh's defensive coordinator during Michigan's college football playoff and national championship runs in 2022 and 2023 before following him to the Chargers. In 2024, working with a largely inherited roster, Minter's defense impressed. The Chargers ranked 5th in EPA allowed per pass and posted the 5th best team coverage grade by PFF. They also finished 12th in EPA allowed per rush and 6th in team run defensive grade. With another offense to mold the unit to a system, it's not far-fetched to expect a top 10 or even top 5 in numbers again in 2025. And if that defensive success pairs with the team wins, Minter's name will be start surfacing in head coaching conversations. Once again, not every coordinator is cut out to be a head coach. Okay, Brian Flores, prime example. Other examples also. But Jesse Minter inherited it, is looking to mold it a little bit more here. So we'll see if it all comes together here for the Chargers. But once again, you got to look at Greg Roman. Got to look at Greg Roman. Got to look at Justin Herbert. Why are we beefing big in the playoffs? Like startling big. Like, hey, we're looking good in the regular season. Like, we're looking like we can compete. And then the playoffs come and, we are woof, woof, woof. Big woofing. Alrighty, so we'll keep an eye out on all those coordinators and how they do this season and if they can make a run for a head coach. But grass is not always greener on the other side. Let's just keep that in mind. And once again, not everybody's cut out to be a head coach. Keep that in mind. Got to get away from this. Oh my God, he's such a good coordinator. Now he's got to be a head coach. Not the case always. Not the case always. Let's start paying coordinators more. Let's get just more money out there. So not everybody feels like they have to be the head coach. Hey, I'm getting paid pretty good as a coordinator, so I'll help this team win. Yeah, I mean, this is where I fit best at the coordinator position, so I'll just stay here and we'll help this team win. As long as I'm getting paid and respected, yeah, cool with that. All righty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. Welcome back. I had that day off yesterday, but weekend started. We're back at it. Day by day, closer to the start of the NFL season, which I think we just all need here, folks, truly. Alrighty, so back tomorrow to see what's going on in the league, what's going on. We'll break everything down, and we'll see if LeBron James gets traded. I don't think so. Alrighty, take it easy, everybody. Appreciate y'all watching, listening, and tuning in, and we'll be back again tomorrow to do it all again. Appreciate y'all. Take it easy, everybody.